I want you to imagine that you are out one day and you find a cat and you decide to bring this cat home and you bond with this cat, and days are going by and weeks are going by and months are going by and you are bonded with this cat. You can't wait to get home and snuggle with your cat. And eventually what happens is you realize this cat actually is not a cat but rather a tiger. And one day you go to come home and you go to snuggle with your tiger and it ferociously attacks you and bites you and scratches you. Do you think you're gonna come home the next day and jump right on the couch and start snuggling again? Absolutely not. What you're gonna do is you're gonna spend probably the next few days, the next few weeks, the next few months testing to see where that cat is. Is that cat devoted to you? Is that, or tiger, gonna be nice to you? Is that cat safe? Well, here's what my clients tell me all the time. Mr. J, I try to do good for my wife. Or Mr. J, I try to be consistent with my husband. Or I try to, reassure and my spouse, my partner, significant other, what have you. But they're constantly pushing me away. Well, that's like the tiger getting upset because you're testing the tiger if he's safe. Your spouse, you're unsafe. You are unsafe. So I hear all the time, Mr. J, for 2 days I was safe. For 2 weeks, I tried to be calm and patient when they would yell at me. For 2 months, I've been dealing with name calling and still giving them reassurance. And I'm saying, well, yes, they're testing you because their body is reacting to the time that you ferociously attacked them, AKA hurt them with the devastation that you were living a secret double life with infidelity or cheating or what have you. Could be gambling, drugs, doesn't matter. In a way it does, because betrayal trauma is the only trauma that people take personally. If you find out, and I'm going on another thing right now, but if you find out your spouse or significant other was secretly doing heroin or drinking, yeah, it sucks, and yes, it's hurtful and all that, but you don't take it personal when you find out that they were with somebody else or talking to somebody else. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that if you are watching this and you are the one who stepped out of the relationship, you are a wild animal to your partner. And your partner at times is going to test you. Some people test for days, some people test for weeks, and some people test for months. But if you are going to turn into that wild tiger and scratch and attack because you get impatient or frustrated because they keep asking you the same question, you have to understand there's gonna be a period of testing. Now, initially, the tests are gonna be relentless. Then as they start to feel a little safer, the tests aren't gonna be often, but they still will test you. And it could be weeks, months, possibly even years, and you'll get a random test. You gotta stay consistently safe. You gotta stay consistent with your reassurance and your safety. If not, you are just back to that random ferocious tiger that they don't feel safe with. Your partner has to feel, no matter what they do, how they do it, how long they do it, how hard they do it, they can do whatever they want to that tiger, and that tiger is just gonna wrap their loving, warm, clawless arms around them and say, I will never attack you again. I am safe. You have to be consistent. You have to be. Every single time you are consistent with your spouse, your significant other, your partner, you're putting a brick on a wall. Every time. The more bricks, the more safe your partner will feel. But all it takes is one time for you to react impatiently, unhealthy, unloving, unsafe. You just don't take a brick off the wall comes down, and then you're starting with brick number 1. I cannot stress how consistent you must be. Does that mean you're a doormat? No. Does that mean you're a punching bag? No. And you can lovingly address that. But you have to be a hands down, non-negotiable, constant, consistent person who is going to give back and respond with and react with safety, reassurance, consistency. Until when? Until.